think Merfolk Secretkeeper ended up being a lot better than most people thought it would be. Not just in Limited, where it's been a kind of a monster, but in Constructed. 1 blue mana to mill a player for 4 is just actually really good. There's all sorts of strategies you can build around with that. There's, self-mill, there's dredge, there's, regular mill, but we're going to capitalize on a secret mode of Merfolk Secretkeeper, which is the fact that it's a 1 mana 0/4. It turns out that makes it the missing piece of a deck that was almost all the way there, which is Toughness-Matters. We already had one 1 mana 0/4 in the form of Yolk, and we have High Alert and Huatli as 2 cards to take advantage of creatures with high toughness. What's important to note here is that while High Alert does allow creatures with Defender to attack, Huatli does not. So there have been some cards already in the format that have high toughness at low converted mana costs, but a lot of them have Defender. And what is key is that Merfolk Secretkeeper does not. That means Secretkeeper works with both of our payoff cards, our Planeswalker and our enchantment, which means we crucially basically have 8 1 mana 4/4s. And that's really the crux of the deck. We just want to play out a bunch of 1 mana 4/4s and smash our opponent in the face with them. Our dream draw is something like turn 1, Merfolk Secretkeeper. Turn 2, Merfolk Secretkeeper and a Yolk. Turn 3, play Huatli, and we just attack for 12 on turn 3. And not many decks are going to be able to deal with that. That's so much damage across so many bodies that it's going to be really hard for decks to keep up. Outside of this sort of core package of our payoffs and our 4/4s, we also have Deputy Detention, and this is sort of key in this deck. This is where we kind of put the rares in our budget. Deputy Detention gives us interaction without having to dilute the theme of our deck. In our deck, Deputy Detention is a 3 mana 3/3, and its ability is already incredible, so we really get to capitalize on both sides of this. It works with our combo, and also it disrupts our opponents. So this card is just probably the strongest card in our deck. We also have a few more 1-drops, 4 Elite Arresters and 4 Lockwing Gargoyles, which essentially are just 1 mana 3/3s in this deck. Lockwing Gargoyle in the late game, we can pump some mana into it to give it flying as well. We don't really care about the +2/+0 ability, but just being able to give it flying, we can get into those last points of damage. Gateway Sneak gives us some card advantage, and in our deck it's a 3/3, and so we're running the 4 Azorius Guildgates. Usually I would say, if you have some rare lands, run those, and if you don't, run the Guildgates. But in this deck, I think you actually want to run the 4 Guildgates, because it's pretty powerful if you have a couple of Gateway Sneaks out, and you're able to just drop a Guildgate and, hit your opponent for 6 and draw 2 cards. That's pretty powerful. And then in our 2-drop slot, we basically have ways to deal with Flood. We're not running many lands in this deck because it's essentially an aggro deck, right? It's essentially in the same vein as something like Mono Red, where you're playing out a bunch of little creatures and trying to kill your opponent before they can do anything. But in the event that we do draw too many lands, these cards give us a way to sort of get around that. Bay of Wishes allows us to use the extra mana to tutor things out of our sideboard, and in our deck, it's a 4/4 flyer for 2, which is just incredible. And War Screecher is essentially a 3/3 flyer for 2 that also can pay 6 mana and tap itself to pump our team if again, we're flooding out with too much mana. If you have extra Fae of Wishes, I would just run those over the War Screecher. But since this is a budget deck, I didn't want to push the rare count too high, so we're running 2 of them and running 2 War Screechers. But they perform a very similar role, and I think Fae of Wishes is just better as a 2 mana 4/4 flyer. We're also running some ops, and this is just to basically filter through our deck because we're really dependent on drawing these payoff cards, High Alert or Huatli. We just need to be able to find those every game to do anything. So Opt gives us the ability to sort of dig through our deck and find those essential pieces. In the sideboard, we have Scrabbling Claws to help against the cat decks, Devout Decree, again, pretty good against the cat decks, Disenchant, against things like Fires or Wilderness Reclamation, Glass Casket to deal with more aggressive decks, Dovin's Veto, which is crucial against control decks, because again, we're essentially in the same family as something like Mono Red Aggro, where we just want to kill our opponent super fast, and if they Wrath of God, we're going to have a hard time coming back from it. We do have a little more card advantage in the form of Gateway Sneak or Fae of Wishes, so we can maybe come back a little better than just something like Mono Red, but yeah, we really just want to stop those Wrath of Gods if we can. And Mystic Dispute is in the same vein. We just want to be able to disrupt our opponent enough that they're not gonna wipe our board or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This deck isn't super complicated, just some Thick boys, smash and face. I'm going to have a section at the end where I talk about potential upgrades if you want to spend a few more rares. But yeah, just as it is, pretty straightforward deck, so let's get our big butts out there and play some games. Okay, playing against Guy Kitty White with a Johnny avatar. Alright. Yeah, we'll keep this. Looks pretty good. Just want one more land and we'll be happy. Red, white, huh? Pay 2 life, play Yoke Docks. Come on, land. Okay, so they're playing the Red, White Knights. Okay, we'll play this Guildgate now, play a Lead Arrestor, and pass turn. I think next turn we're just going to slam this High Alert. Sure. Yeah, we're just going to play High Alert. Get in with both. If they want to double block, they can. They do not. Okay. And now we got a Deputy to kind of clean up if they play something worthwhile here. Yep. We'll probably end up beating that with the Deputy. Oh. Alright. Not bad. It does get rid of our card. I think we will, rather than run out the Swatley right now, I think what we'll do is Deputy, beat this Veteran, and opt on our end step. That's not good. Okay, we'll opt. Definitely do not want to land. Okay, well that's another 4/4. Block, block. Yep. That's actually a pretty good draw. So now we'll Yoke Docks, War Screecher. And what we want him to do here is just kind of go all out, you know, just swing out with everything, try to do as much damage as they can to us. And then we want to turn around and just kill them with Watley. Okay. They got a 3-drop, looks like. They've been stuck on lands for a couple turns, so... Okay, maybe just a couple 1-drops. Oh. 3 1-drops? Jeez Louise. That's not what we want to see. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we'll just block the best we can here. Block, 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 block. And if, I mean, they have 1 mana open, but if they don't have anything... Oh my god, are we gonna win? Are we gonna... Are we gonna win? Oh, the blowouts! Goodbye! Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Our opponent, they did exactly what we wanted them to do. Just got too aggressive, and we were able to punish them for it. Awesome. So let's see, Red, White, Knights. I think definitely bring in these glass caskets. I don't know if this is worth bringing in just for the red creatures. I think so. I think we just bring in the glass caskets, and we'll go down, opt, and just run it like that. Alright, on to game 2. Yeah, keep this. Got an answer for an early thread. Sure, Venerable Knight, play Yoke Docks. So this is a pretty good hand, actually. We've got a lot of disruption. Oh, Deputy eating up both of those is going to be great. I think what we do here is War Screecher, pass the turn. Oh, this is... Oh no, our opponent scooped up. This was going to be the blowout match. We were just going to eat all 3 of those with our Deputy at attention, and then just kill them so quickly with our High Alert. But our opponent scooped it up. They kept the 1-lander and just couldn't find their second land. But Well, that was a funny match. You do get to see the power. I mean, our opponent was at, what, 11 life and thought they were perfectly safe, and then, boop, dead. And this game, we were gonna blow them out with Deputy Detention, which is, it's just such a powerful card in this deck. It's already a great card, but in this deck where it's also a 3/3 for 3, just a bomb. Total bomb. But yeah, funny stuff. Alright, playing against Yoshi. I think we mulligan this hand. And I guess we keep this one. Not ideal. We weren't able to find our pieces here. We wanted to find our... Okay, up against mono red. This is probably not the best hand for mono red. 3-drop tribal. We are just going to get this guild gate out of the way rather than hold it for this gateway sneak. We weren't able to find our enchantment or our planeswalker, unfortunately, so... Yikes. Not looking good. Deputy will at least be able to get rid of the cavalcade, so... We do have that. Yeah, we'll just play the Elite Arrestor, play Hollowed Fountain Tapped, and pass turn. So we just want to... We're going to have a hard time stalling out against this deck, but that's the plan. 10 Street Dodger makes things more difficult. Here. Well, we're hoping they don't have a land. Experimental Frenzy would not be good. Okay. Wildly's actually... The life gain's actually not bad here, but I think... First we Deputy of Detention. We want to get this Cavalcade of Calamity off the battlefield to severely cut down the amount of damage they're doing. Deputy also isn't that bad of a blocker. It kills any of their attackers. And we are going to block. They do get to kill our Deputy with a shock if we do that, but I think it's, just assuming they have a shock and never blocking is probably worse. Yeah. So we'll block here, block here. We at least get 2 cards out of their hand by doing it this way. For sure. This does mean they don't get to play the Experimental Frenzy, which is a big deal. Oh wow, well, they get it anyway. Gosh, that's not good. So we're just gonna do it again here. I don't know. It's possible we just need to... Deputy Detention the Experimental Frenzy. I think we do. Ugh, it's kind of painful, but... So I think what we do is play Wadley. We're not going to gain life. We want to keep her kind of high here to make their attacks bad, because now when they attack, we get to block with the Elite Arrestor. There's Experimental Frenzy. Okay. I mean, we're okay with this. Keep this 10 Street Dodger. Okay, so now I think we just Deputy Detention immediately. The Experimental Frenzy. I think we're gonna hold off one more turn with Watley. We'll get him for 3 and pass a turn. If we're gonna minus this Watley, we'd rather gain 4 life rather than 3. Okay, opponent passes, that's good. I think we go to combat, get in for 6. Okay, and then we'll Yoke Docks, Secretkeeper. I think that's 18 damage we have on the board now, and we are gonna minus this Watley just to get us out of the danger zone. And our opponent scoops it up. Yeah, They weren't able to deal with 18 damage coming down. Wow, okay, so we out-aggroed the aggro deck. Probably the best aggro deck in the format, too. And we do have some good sideboard cards. We'll get in Devout Decree and Glass Caskets. Maybe Disenchant is worth it with the Cavalcades and the Experimental Frenzies, but I think we're not going to bring it in right now. So we'll just trim around the edges to bring in these 5 cards. We'll go down maybe a couple Ops, a couple Gateway Sneaks maybe aren't the best here. Go down an Elite Arrestor and run it like that. Alright, game 2. I mean, you can see the power of the deck. We're up against probably the premier aggro deck of the format, and we just straight up did their job better, you know? So, pretty impressive. Okay. I think we'll just run out Gargoyle here. These are pretty annoying, these Hallowed Fountains. We're gonna lose 4 life to them, most likely. Jesus, that's a little scary. Yeah, we'll block. We can block this pretty well with Fae of Wishes, at least. So I think we do that. Pay 2. Run out our Fae of Wishes. And pass a turn. Ooh, loss. That'll be what we're glass casketing. Sure. Right. Ugh. So we'll glass casket the war boss, and I don't think it's worth taking 2 damage to run out a Secretkeeper here. You know, we might end up regretting it if we rip something off the top, but I think for right now we'll just play it tapped. If we rip our Planeswalker or our enchantment off the top, we'll probably regret it. Oh, that is we couldn't ask for a better draw than that. So, Deputy Detention, eat up Experimental Frenzy. That was awesome. Okay, so now all we need is you know, our payoffs. That's not good. Yeah, we're really gonna need a... Okay, there's our payoff. So we'll play Huatli.
I shall wield this power.
I think we just get in for 3. I don't think we want to sit around. I think we want to start getting in and pass a turn. With this Experimental Frenzy, they're just gonna build such a huge board so quick. I don't think we can really afford to just sort of play the slow game. Lava Coins, not good. Oh my gosh. Well, ay. That went about as bad as possible.
This means nothing, my friend.
Well, at least she gained us 7 life. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I think we do it. Hit both of the Experimental Frenzies. That was a great draw. And pass the turn. Okay. Oh, come on. Ay. Well, our opponent kind of pulled the perfect draws there, so it's not looking good for us. Yikes. Yeah. Lava Boil off the top, followed by Lava Boil off the top, followed by Drawing Fry. That's not good. I think we're just dead, actually. I mean, I guess we play out everything. Why not? This, like this. But, I mean, with these Experimental Frenzies, we're almost certainly dead. And even if we're not dead this turn, we're gonna have to have some truly remarkable draw to not be dead the following turn. Fry off the top. Torch Courier. Well, I think we're theoretically alive. Block. 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 Yeah, we're dead. We can play... I guess we'll get in for a chunk of damage on the way out. We can hit him for not a small amount here. But yeah, we're dead. You're pretty close though. Six isn't super high. They pulled some pretty good draws at the top, so do we want to bring in the disenchants? There's a danger we have these and they just have like an aggro. I don't know. I feel like the only cards we're gonna lose to in their deck are the enchantments, right? So maybe I guess it's worth it, right? Okay, I'll go up the disenchants, go down the last two ops, and run it like that. This is questionable. I'm not 100% sure about this choice. I think it makes sense. I mean, the cards we're gonna lose to are Experimental Frenzy and Cavalcade. So, okay. We're gonna need a white land, but I guess we keep this. We do have a 1/4 blocker and Fey of Wishes. We've got all our pieces. We would really like just to rip the plains off the top here. Guildgate's okay. I think we're actually gonna play the Guildgate this turn. That way we can play Fey of Wishes and Fleet Arrestor next turn. Or if we need to, Deputy of Attention. There's the Cavalcade. I think we'll play our creatures this turn, because they don't have that big of a board. Fleet Arrestor. That's a lot of foil. You know, I think we're gonna Deputy Detention and just eat up both of these Scorch Spitters. Oh yeah, Disenchant's good. Okay, yeah, so we'll Deputy Detention. Eat both of these, and pass the turn. Hopefully they don't have another Fry or Lava Coil, but even if they do, this kind of sets them back a turn. Okay. Kill this. I think what we do is disenchant the Cavalcade Calamity and play War Screecher. And pass the turn. Next turn we can play Huatli and Secretkeeper. Sure, okay, we'll block and block. Block. That could have let us. Okay. Okay, we'll play Huatli. And Yoke Docks.
Ought to be shared.
And go to combat. Attack. Attack. Yeah. If they had a shock, they would have used it last time. Okay, good. And we'll... we're not at a super low life total, so I think we'll just keep our Huatli's loyalty high. Okay, they're just attacking with everything. So, block, block.
No more.
I don't think we're gonna win this battle, though. Okay, Experimental Frenzy is one of the best cards they can have, but I still think they're probably just gonna die here. So we'll play Secretkeeper, swing in with everything. Opponent goes down to 1, and we'll pass turn. We have them dead with War Screecher. Even if they find a way to kill our Huatli here, War Screecher just as a 1/3 kills them. So they have to kill our Huatli and our War Screecher. Which is not impossible, but... yeah, that ain't gonna do it. Yeah, I think we got him. Yep, go to combat, attack the War Screecher, and that's game. Alright. So we just out aggroed the aggro deck. I think breaking in those disenchants were the right move in retrospect. We probably should have brought them in game 2 as well. I was worried about a hand where they just sort of curve out with creatures and we're stuck with a couple disenchants in our hand, but realistically, with all of our big-butted creatures, probably the enchantments are how they're going to kill us in 9 out of 10 games. So the disenchants were correct, I think. But yeah, we just did aggro better. We just beat Cavalcade at its own game. So that's pretty awesome. Shows the power of having just a bunch of 1-mana 4/4s in your deck. Awesome. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're up against Shadow 1200, but need a white source here. Oh gosh. It's the cat deck. Oh no! We did not want to see that island. That is by far the worst card we could have drawn. I guess at least we have a turn 3 play in the form of Gateway Sneak. And if we can start getting in with that, that'll hopefully draw us into a white source. Oh man, they have a Witch's Oven too. Okay. Well, this is this is probably the best start the cat deck can have. Jeez Louise, turn 1 cat, turn 2 2 ovens. They're gonna be draining us for 2 every turn. That's gonna be pretty hard for an aggro deck to beat. Okay. Yeah, I think we just play this now. Yeah. Pass the turn. Be interesting to see if what colors are on. There's just like this cat deck, you can really slot it into most anything, So they could be mono black, they could be black green, or okay, they didn't do it twice. I guess they're worried about something. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we would love to draw a Deputy Detention to eat up these ovens. That would be the best thing we could draw. We did not draw that. So I think what we do here is play a Lead Arrestor, Secretkeeper, play a land. Next turn we're just gonna high alert, and I mean, we can't even really get in for much is the problem, because these cats can chump 2 creatures, and yeah, it's not ideal. Maybe we don't even high alert next turn. Maybe we just need a big board before we even worry about attacking with all these jumpers. I don't know. I think our opponent thinks we're leaving up 1 blue mana to do something, so they're afraid to sack their cats twice. No, looks like they might do it now. Okay. Yep. I guess now, even if we did have something to bounce the food at instant speed. I mean, even if we did have something like that, it wouldn't stop the cat, right? So I don't know what they were worried about before. Ugh. Okay, we'll play Gateway Sneak. I'm gonna draw a card, looks like. Next turn we'll at least be able to get in for a good chunk of damage with playing this high alert. If we just played the high alert now, we're gonna get in for 3. Not really worth it. This is kind of less than ideal. I'm not gonna lie. I think the best chance we have here is to pull a Deputy Detention off the top to eat up both of these ovens. And the one downside of the Oko ban is now this cat deck is pretty meta, and good god does it take a long time to play on Magic Arena. Okay. Yeah, I think we go for it. High alert. Oh, that's right, opponent. You best watch out. We're gonna high alert you. Alright, we'll get in with everything. Looks like our opponent has something they're gonna do. They were thinking about doing it before attacks. Okay, looks like they're just gonna jump, most likely. Yep, chump chump chump. Sack both their cats. Make 2 foods. Yada yada yada. Yeah, this deck does not go fast. Opponents running down the clock. Sacking these cats. Okay, play Yoke Dogs. I mean, this is something. We've got a board. Back the cat. Okay. Yeah. So again, just hoping for that deputy detention. I think that's the only realistic way we win here. Huh. That's not good for us. Let's see who they kill. Okay, just kill one of the 4/4s. Makes sense. Yeah, but a 4/5 is pretty difficult for us to get through. We can fly over it with a Lockwing Gargoyle, like in the long term. But in the short term, and I guess we can tap it down with a Lead Arrestor, right? Play out the Gargoyle. We'll plan on tapping Cavalier down at the end of this turn. By sacking their cat, they do kind of make things a little easier for us. A little concerned they didn't sack their cats there. It makes me think they have something they're more focused on. Maybe another Cavalier, which would be very bad. Oh, okay. Tap down Cavalier. Okay, go to combat. Attack, 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 attack. Wow, they're gonna let us draw with Gateway Sneak, okay. Sure. Okay. Draw a card. So we could tutor out of our sideboard, but I think we just put as much power on the board as we can here. Play another Gateway Sneak. Plan on tapping down this Cavalier again. We don't want them to gain the life off this Cavalier. Like, not only is it a really good blocker against us, but we don't want them to gain 4 life. Sure. Yeah, by sacking that cat to the Cavalier and not having a food to bring it back, it does sort of, oh gosh, that's not good. It does sort of mean they have 1 less chump blocker. We're pretty close to dead, though. We'll tap down Cavalier. I think what we do here, I think we do tutor out of our sideboard now. And we're not going to go after this Cruel Celebrant right now. Because they'll be able to sack Cavalier of Night and get it back. I think we need to make them sack something first, so I'm going to go to combat. Attack everything. Wow, okay. It's not going to sack anything in response. Draw a card. Yeah, and I think we'll just play Fate, which we have them dead next turn, but they might be able to just kill us here. It's definitely possible we're just dead here, but we'll see what they have. Wow, and they scoop it up. Yeah, they couldn't just sack the Cavalier and get back their Drainer and then get back to Cats. That wasn't enough to kill us, so they needed something else, and it looks like they didn't have it. So we'll bring up the Devout Decrees. I think we'll bring up the Scrabbling Claws as well. I wonder if the Disenchants are worth it just for the ovens, or the Glass Caskets. I mean, it's going to be really hard to hit anything with this Glass Casket when they have the ovens. Devout Decree has the upside of hitting anything, which is probably why it's worth it more than Glass Casket. I think we just run like this. We'll maybe bring in the Disenchant in Game 3 if we get there. We'll go down a couple Ops and 2 Gargoyles and run it like that. Okay, we're gonna keep this. This is probably something we should mulligan just to get to our combo pieces, but I mean the power of playing 2 Gateway Sneaks with a Guildgate in hand, that wasn't great. We're just gonna play this tapped. Running out the Yoke Dogs right now isn't really worth the 2 life or having to pay the 2 life later. Oh gosh. Yeah, these are more lands than we wanted. So next turn we can play Gateway Sneak, then play Gateway Sneak, then do Guildgate to draw 2 cards. So that's something that can hopefully draw us out of this flood. There's the cat. Okay, no oven yet at least. That's really big. Yeah, we'll just play Sneak. And next turn we can actually do Sneak plus Elite Arrestor. And then draw 2 will hopefully get us to our combo. Oh yeah, well we don't have anything, opponent, so... Haha! Gotcha! I do think it's right to bring in Duress against us, just because, you know, both of our combo pieces, our Huatli and our High Alert, are both non-creatures, and those are the cards that really matter. So I think they're right to do that, but yeah, we just kind of a whiff there. Okay. Ooh, Huatli's good. Yeah, next turn's gonna be awesome. Gateway Sneak, play Elite Arrestor. Next turn we get to make both of these unblockable, and then also play Huatli, so we're gonna hit him for 6 and draw 2. Like that's massive. Looks like they might have another. Do they have a Cavalier? Please no Cavalier. No. Oof. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Well, that sucks. Teysa. Whoa. Okay, well. Get him with our Gateway Sneaks. Both unblockable. Not 6 damage, unfortunately, but we still need to draw 2 cards. Force Creature and... Ooh, Deputy's pretty good. I think we'll hold off for now, though, until there's something more pressing we need to answer. We're just going to Scrabbling Claws. And we'll go ahead and start eating stuff in their graveyard. If we get the rest of their cards out of their graveyard, we won't even have to sack this to get rid of the cat. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna kill our Elite Arrestor. I guess that out of the options, it was either Yoke Dogs, Force Creature, or Elite Arrestor. I guess that was probably the best choice. Okay. Well, we'll exile a card from the graveyard. I guess we do, I guess we'll just eat up the Teysa now. This will let us attack with a Gateway Sneaks. I mean, and they can block, but it's not super good for them. So, play Elite Arrestor, and they already know our hand, so there's no real reason to play coy with this Hallowed Fountain. they have the Murderous Rider. Well, luckily they did that before we attacked. So we'll just pass the turn. We're live to a lot of draws here. If we draw our if we draw our combo pieces, we're happy. Our opponent doesn't have us under much pressure at all, so we've got some time if we kind of stall out a bit. And stall out a bit we do. Well, the Yoketox. Exile a card from the graveyard. We do get to tap down a creature this turn, which will be good. Pass turn. And we got all the cards out of the graveyard, so now Scrabbling Claws can hit through Cat at instant speed, potentially, without having to get rid of itself. I guess we'll tap down Teysa. And pass turn. So I guess we get in with the Gateway Sneaks. We could tap down their Murderous Rider. I think we will, actually. I was gonna say we can pump them with this War Screecher, so if they do double block, we'll end up killing the Cruel Celebrant, but I think it's probably better just to do it like this, where they can't kill our Gateway Sneaks. This is a little bad because it lets them, you know, we're not gonna be able to tap something down next turn, but hopefully we get to draw a card off of this. Okay. That's not what I expected. We're gonna let the cat die. And we're gonna immediately exile that cat before they can do anything with it. Sweet. The cat problem's dealt with. We get double triggers, but we also get to draw, which is good. Okay. Pass the turn. Sure. Oh, block. Yoketox, they gain 2 life. And pass turn. Oh, it's time. Da 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 da. High alert, let's go! Oh, they're drawn. They're scared now. Okay, I think we'll tap down Teysa and get in with everything. What up, opponent? This is a lot of damage. I mean, dang. Okay, we get to draw 2 cards, though. Yeah. Oh, our opponent's just dead. Wow, I probably should have counted there, but so we just had him dead, straight up. Well, that shows, you know, like, we were able to just sort of stall out. Like, this deck can be really aggressive, right? We can go 1 drop, you know, turn 1, 1 drop, turn 2, 1 drop, turn 3, you know, Huatli, and then hit him in the face for 12 on turn 3. Or we can do what we did here, which is, I mean, we just have so many big-butted creatures to kind of stall out the board. And so even though we lost our combo piece early, we were able to just sit there, and our opponent was kind of stuck, not able to get in like any real damage through our giant blockers. And then eventually we ripped it off the top, and they were just dead on the spot. Yeah, this deck is a lot of fun, and it's almost no rares, so that's kind of hard to beat. Sweet. Yeah, we'll keep this. Okay, we're up against Image. Oh. Turn 1 Goose. It's not what we want to see. Play the Guildgate. looks like they may be on this. Another sacrifice deck. Well, I guess we're hoping to really draw a land here. We need to get this deputy down to deal with these ovens. Oh, fast turn. Sure, very nice druid. Ay ay ay. Okay, no lands. It's not what we wanted to see. No, we'll just play this lead arrestor out. And fast turn. Oof. Now we can't even really deputy. Jeez, man. Well, just can't find that third land, and that might cost us the game. I think if we got deputy down to get these ovens, we would be in pretty good shape, but we've missed twice in a row here. I think the longer we wait, the worse this gets. This Mayhem Devil now is going to be able to kill our deputy, most likely. Yeah, I mean... Sure. If they want to sack 2 permanents to kill this Secretkeeper, we're happy about that, right? Okay, alright. Now this gives us an opening. They're gonna kill our Secretkeeper with the sacrifice triggers. But this means if we rip a land off the top, we can go deputy and eat up both those ovens before they get a chance to Mayhem Devil it away. So that's what we're hoping for. Oh, we didn't even kill it. Yikes, we still... Still aren't finding that land. I mean, whenever we eventually play these high alerts, we're gonna have a ton of power on board, but... Ugh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think... Jeez Louise. Yeah, we'll play opt, try to hit a land. Put this at the bottom. There we go. Well, it's a land, but I think we're... I mean, double Mayhem Devil is really, 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 really bad. Yep. Untapped, huh? Oh, we finally get our land. We finally get our land and it gets blown up. Jeez, and he hit our... Oh, he got 2 creatures because one was an artifact. Oh my goodness. Nah, we're not going to block. Okay, play Gargoyle. This has been a painful game. We've just really struggled to hit our third land and a handful of 3-drops, like every 3-drop in our deck. Okay. It's not what I expected to see. Is it, huh? Is it? Oh gosh. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Okay. We'll scoop it up. We can't beat another Casualties of War. So we just got stuck on lands there, like, forever. So, this is a cat sacrifice, Fires of Invention, I don't even know deck. Guess Devout Decree is probably pretty good, right? Devout Decree and Disenchant is what we're going to add. This deals with Fires of Invention and the ovens, and this can kill a lot of their creatures. We'll go down a couple of the ops. And a couple... Yeah. Actually, we're going to go down all the Lockwing Gargoyles. because they're running Casualties of War, it makes our, that's our one artifact, and it makes it much worse. I don't know what the heck Arena's doing. Arena just had a conniption in the background. First. Yeah. Come on. Please don't punish us again. This Secretkeeper. Maybe our opponent just has no idea what we're doing. I mean, I don't know what other conclusion they could really come to, but attacks, pass turn. I think if we pull a land, we're just gonna go aggro as heck and just slam this high. High alert! No. Okay, I guess they knew what we were doing because they brought in the duresses. Jeez, man. Okay, opt. We will definitely keep the land. Lead arrestor, island, and pass turn. Well, we got a whole lot of nothing going on, but okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna eat that oven immediately. I guess there's no real rush, now that I think about it. Oh, heck yes. Okay, Quatley. And we're just slamming. We're just getting in there. So they can chomp and do the little cat thing. But, oh, that had to have been a mistake. I can't imagine they didn't want to sacrifice their cat there. But hey, we're not complaining. Yep, our opponent scoops it up. They knew what we had in our hand. They knew that we had this deputy. So if they just play a blocker, get to deputy it, and hit them in the face for 10, and then, yeah, they're looking pretty dead. So, Quatley off the top saved us, and I think we just run it back. So our opponent is definitely aware of what we're doing now. I mean, they brought in the duresses, so I'm assuming they knew what was up anyway, but now they absolutely are aware. So, can't really rely on the element of surprise. Okay, this one's for all the marbles. Against this monstrosity of a deck. Okay, I think we keep this because we have the opt here to try to dig for a combo piece. Left Shrug Beast is not great. Yeah, we'll just play Yoke Docks. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a removal for that Love Shrug Beast. It's just bigger than our creatures. Well, there goes, I guess, our opt most likely. Oh, okay. We do have the oven. Makes sense. Okay, we will. I guess we just. I guess we opt. Because we know our opponent has... We probably should have done this in the end step, actually. Ugh. Yeah, we might get punished for that. I was sort of thinking out the play as I did it. Should have done that on the end step so we can't get duressed away our high alert. So that might end up punishing us, but... Okay, looks like they're just gonna play the Love Shrug Beast. That's fine. Okay. And yeah, we're just gonna go big here. 4/4. Play War Screecher. And next turn we can slam this high alert and just start going to town. Okay, so they have a 4-drop. Maybe Fires of Invention. Yeah, we'll take 5. Oh, another Love Shrug Beast. Yeah, so we're gonna have to play the high alert here. And pass the turn. We gotta hope they don't have a Naturalize or something like that to blow up our high alert. Okay. Kill Produce is not that big of a problem. just not going to attack, which is good for us. So I think we play Secretkeeper. I think we just go really big. And then hope with our lead thruster we can end up killing them on the ground and in the coming turns. We do have a 3/3 flyer. Deputy Detention would be absolutely incredible here to grab both these Lovestruck Beasts. Opponent's thinking things through. Gosh, that's bad. Casualty of War is really, really, really bad against us. Yeah, I think we take 10. And just hope we peel something off the top here. Is there any reason to opt main phase? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything we draw here that is going to change things. So I think we will just pass the turn. Plan on opting at the end step. And we're going to have to chump here. Jump. Opt. Oh, okay. Deputy. Okay. That's something, right? Oh, I guess they can sack one of the beasts in response, though. Dang, I guess that doesn't actually do it. Well, I think our only hope here is that our opponent somehow misses this line, right? That we target this Lovestruck Beast and they just don't see the play. Okay, they see the play. Crap. Okay, well at least that gets rid of one of them. Kind of forever. That's something, I guess. We'll just chump with the Deputy here. Okay, Gateway Sneak's not bad. We can peel some gateways off the top, that'll be good. I wonder if I should have held on to that Azorius Guild Gate. Huh. Or just, we're getting kind of crushed under this Lovestruck Beast, though. It's really, decimating our resources. Yeah, we'll block with Merfolk. Yeah. This is looking bad. The second they draw another Haymaker spell, we're pretty screwed. Oh, they drew another Casualties of War. Yeah. And we're pretty dead. Block. Can't even hit anything with this. Alright, let's scoop it up. Yeah, we just got kind of crushed into those Casualties of War, but at least we got to show off on game 2, and if they didn't have the casualties, I think we would have won that game. The first casualty especially just really took us down. You know, to get rid of our high alert was brutal. Casualties is actually an incredibly effective card against us now that I think about it. We have artifact creatures, we have planeswalkers, we have enchantments, we have, you know, regular creatures. Like, it has everything that casualties can hit, right? Every single permanent type. So we could, you know, we got like 3 for 1 every time we cast it. So still got to see the deck be powerful, and you still, even in those games we lost, you could, or even in that last game we lost, you could see where if it had gone a little differently, if you hadn't drawn a casualties, we probably would have won that game, even in spite of him having Lovestruck Beasts. So, yeah, I put that one in the lose column, but that's alright. Alright, so this deck ended up being hilarious. I really loved it. But let's talk about some potential upgrades now if you wanted to spend a few more wild cards. The most obvious is just running 4 Fae of Wishes, I think would be a pretty big improvement over War Screecher. It's just more powerful. It's going to be a 4/4 instead of a 3/3. And, I think tutoring from our sideboard is more powerful than spending 6 mana to just pump everything by +1/+1. One thing to note, I don't think, usually I would say if you have the extra, if you have the extra rare lands, try running them, something like Fable Passage, but I think here, really all blue-white has that's untapped is Hollowed Fountain. And I don't think you actually want Fable Passage here. I think it might actually slow you down. So you could try it. Maybe it's worth the consistency, but I don't really think we're going to get up to 4 lands all that much in this deck, or we don't want to. I think we would rather prefer just having more of our lands untapped and playing more basics. Something worth maybe trying is Giant Killer. It's only going to be a 2/2 on our deck, but still it's a 1 mana 2/2 that can potentially kill something and still be a creature. So this might be worth trying out. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we just want to stick to the, get as big a creatures as we can, and so we don't really want a 2/2. But if you already have some copies, I would look into trying this and just to see. It might be worth it. And the last possible upgrade is probably pretty obvious, Teferi. I don't know how many you would run in this deck. I think it's probably worth running some number of it just to disrupt your opponent and get blockers out of the way. And just Teferi's so powerful. Just having that extra card advantage in this deck I think would be pretty helpful. And he just really shuts down some decks like Control and Reclamation. So even if you just ran a couple in the sideboard for those matchups, it would probably be worth it. So yeah, I would expect this is good enough to run main deck. Although I don't know the number, maybe just a couple, but yeah, I would give this a shot for sure. And yeah, that wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I enjoyed playing this deck. It was pretty hilarious. So yeah, thanks for watching.